That's our junk food picnic at Knights Lake today. So the dogs have some brushing chews in there. They also have some carrots to eat and some chicken breast bites, which this has 19 grams of protein per one of these packages here, which is pretty awesome. And I think they're gonna love it. James has his choice. He can drink naked, zero sugar strawberry lemonade, Sperry meal replacement, and he has some of this. He can have these treats if he wants to. There's some donuts here that, and some blueberry lemon cake and chocolate and cashews, whatever he wants. And then I put this Daya cheese on the Mexican thing and the stick, the celery stick. He can put more on if he wants. And there's his wonderful vegan Greek salad, which I know he'll love. And I made this sushi, and you can see that I love putting chives in sushi because it puts little bubbles. It makes little circles, which is lovely. But the color of this one's not great. I'll talk about that in a minute. And this is a guac, and I kind of lost the color on that too. But that's a Greek guac. So I have the olives and the cilantro there, and I have the tomatoes and cucumber to dip into that. Here's my maple glazed donut flavor, and you can look at the there's really not a whole lot of net carbs in that. It looks like 25 grams carb, yeah. Then you minus the 4 and you subtract the 13 from that, and it's really not a lot. And there's my salad for today. So this is our meal, and I don't know what all James will eat. I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
and
a little nauseated. I didn't have enough water, I guess. Huh? It was 26 or so.
Yes, well, we were hiking. And so James is going to be talking about the last bits of the Old Testament. Who wants chicken? Oh, Elvis loves chicken.
Opie, chicken?
do you want chicken too? He says, yeah, he really wants chicken. Okay, so go ahead and talk about the
end of the Old Testament?
The end of the Old Testament and the New Testament up until where we're at. Anything from any of that. Because we got past Timothy, we got past Paul's letter. Where are we in the New Testament?
Well, we're still on Paul's letter to, I think it's Hebrews.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, tell us about whatever you want to tell us about.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you kind of directed the conversation.
Really?
Well, I'm eating it, so.
Okay. Baby want that? Baby wants donut. Opie not
no
so
way.
much. He
He was
said
hoping
no,
for more
donut's
meat.
kind of crap. Yeah. Well, compared to chicken breast, I think maybe.
You want a milk bone there?
No,
He said
he
no.
doesn't want
Yeah.
that either. Elvis says yes to that. He likes the brushing chew, okay. So you want me to direct the conversation?
Well,
Well,
okay. I was trying to keep Opie under control.
All right, well, I guess I'll talk about, I'm going to wash the chicken off my hands first. I liked the end of the Old Testament. I thought it was really quite nice. I mean, I talked to a couple Mormon guys. They stopped me on I was walking down the street, and so they stopped me to talk. And they were, do you mind if we talk about the whatever, the good news or whatever it was, you know? And I said, actually, I've been listening to the Old Testament in the vehicle wherever we go for like months.
And we haven't had a car accident yet.
and the one guy said, well, what do you love most about the Old Testament? And I said,
the end.
I don't love it. I think it's I think it's evil. But I actually don't think it's evil. I guess I was just wanting to leave.
An impression.
Mm-hmm.
There are parts of it that are evil. There's no getting over it.
Mm-hmm.
Death penalty for gay people, practicing gay people.
But there are some nice parts, whatever, and no book is evil. I mean, you write something and whatever.
In and of itself, Mein
Yeah.
Kampf, the contents are evil.
But there's some nasty bits in there. I mean, as much as
in the Old Testament,
yeah.
There are more than bits in Mein Kampf.
Yeah. So, and even in the New Testament, I mean, James and I disagree about, like James will say, people say it's revolutionary, Jesus and
message, Paul's message,
whatever. James is like, it's not revolutionary because they were peaceful, right?
No,
they didn't.
It's because actually Paul was telling slaves to be content with their masters. Not saying, like, go out there and demonstrate against your master's peacefully or anything like that.
Yeah. But
by comparison with Judaism, I suppose you could call Christianity revolutionary. I call it evolutionary. Revolution suggests something just from the way practice of the world, and this goes back to Greek times. They got rid of their kings. Almost every city-state did fairly early on, before the classical era, and they were revolutions. So revolutions are as old as the hills. Now we can posit a revolution that's peaceful. The glorious revolution in England was fairly peaceful, but it was conducted under the threat of arms. William and Orange coming over from Holland.
But I see the New Testament, and Jesus, the word of Jesus, some of his followers. I see that as a positive thing.
A positive change is the way I see it. Very positive by comparison with what it preceded.
And many would say, well, what were you sleeping through the part where husbands are encouraged, permitted anyway, to cut their women's hair if their women don't cover it? That's pretty bad.
Paul has some funny things to say. Know ye not that it is a shame for a man to have long hair? Not really. I mean, Alexander the Great had long hair by comparison with Julius Caesar, but he was about 300 years before Julius Caesar. So Alexander the Great adopted if you recall pictures of it, you'll notice that there are renderings of him, and many of them would be contemporary without a beard. His dad, as I recall, had a beard. I can call it likeness. No, I'm not that old. But I didn't. It might have been the Persian fashion. I'm not sure whose fashion it was. But in fighting, it's not an advantage to have a beard. Someone grab hold of it and just tug you around by it. And the Romans figured out it wasn't an advantage to have long hair. So you got Julius Caesar. We've got contemporary renderings of him, and he didn't have much hair, like he was going bald, but he had short hair anyway. So it's just not an advantage to have long hair if you're in a fight.
Yeah.
So what it teaches me is that it's not an advantage in a war or a fight to have long hair. That's what it teaches me. So, nature doesn't teach that. Maybe it's natural, that fights. I don't know. But it's not a thing. It's a disadvantage. Just saying, as they say.
And, well, there's still, even in the New Testament, there's women are supposed to submit to their husbands
and slaves to their masters. And Paul just didn't seem to be very much impressed with gay people. None of them. No.
and neither sex is supposed to, like, husband or wife is supposed to deny their spouse sex if they want it.
Well, he equals up the score there, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I gotta give him credit there.
Yeah.
But he makes it very clear that man is the boss of the house. Stuff like
But
that.
still believe it's a positive. And slaves, I mean, there's still, slaves are supposed to obey their masters and keep working away.
Yeah, slaving away. Presumably for a pittance. I think it tells masters that you kind of slave. Of course. That's all a matter, I suppose, of interpretation. Yeah, I treat them good.
Anyway.
Give them a Christmas bonus or whatever. Saturnalia bonus. I think that was the Roman festival. It was kind of around Christmas time before Christmas. Yeah.
But I still think it was a positive.
Well, we know it's a positive source.
I mean, it's
not a matter of interpretation.
It's a long time ago.
And it's amazing by comparison with what preceded both Roman and Jewish.
I mean, nowadays, you'd have to be nuts to think that, oh yeah, well, it says so in the Bible. My woman, she didn't cover her hair, so I'm going to cut it. Nope, that's abuse.
Well, there'd be people who believe in that. The strict fundamentalist Christian.
But whatever. Anyway, so I don't know what all you want to talk about. Oh, I should warn you that your salad, your olives, have pits in them. So you're going to have to, yeah. I took them out here because this is a dip, and that would be crazy to leave them in.
Yeah, that would have been something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's So what are you barking at, Elvis?
Oh, there's a little bird.
It's a bird. It's wanting a few treats.
It's a catbird, I think, because I
there we go.
No, don't do that,
Elvis. Be quiet. Eventually that catbird's going to pick up your call and it's going to start barking back at you.
Maybe so. So, anyway, I guess
his mother, Paris, hated birds.
Yes. He comes by it honestly.
No.
So...
He doesn't have it nearly
as bad as she did. So, anyway, the sushi. So I've been making sushi with my other kraut, and I had this Emerald City kraut, and I thought, well, it's green anyway. Why don't I put hemp protein powder in with it, as well as the almond butter, for the rice part. I didn't put enough hemp protein powder, so it's not, you can see it's kind of mushy. And usually chives look really beautiful in sushi because not only the bubbles, but green. But you can't even really see that. You can see the bubbles. The pomegranate arrows, I thought they'd be brighter against it. They really don't look. So the whole thing looks kind of muddy. Tastes good though.
As far as the New Testament is concerned, first 4 books, it's weird. You can read those and you're getting largely the same story told over and over and over. But it reads pretty easily. I understand, I'm not a Christian. I'm an agnostic. I think the book I like in the New Testament the most is Acts of the Apostles. Because it explains a lot of the missionary activity and stuff like that. The gospel spread in a very different way, for example, than the message was spread under Muhammad. He was, when he died, he was the emperor of Arabia. When Jesus died, his religion wasn't really formed. And when Paul died, well, he was beheaded in Rome by, I gather, on the command of the emperor. Might have been Emperor Nero.
That's fine.
Very different religions. Judaism, I think, is very different from Islam. Even though Islam was, I shudder to use the word inspired, very much by the Old Testament. The brief for the Jewish laws, the Promised Land. The Promised Land for Muslims, the whole world. Read the Quran.
Wow, you just slammed that strawberry lemonade back.
Well, yeah, I tried some other stuff. I mean, the frozen stuff's not going to work. That complete meal is completely uninteresting, as most of the complete meal things are.
Okay.
So it goes. I started it off enthusiastically. I'm still kind of
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
sleep deprived and water deprived. I might like it a little better when I'm feeling a little less nauseated. I'm not feeling badly nauseated. I can tell it's kind of like the beginning of heat prostration or whatever.
It's nice to cool down for our picnic, though. So we can
It's
sit
nice
out
that
here
we got enough cold
rather
water.
than under
I
the...
know. Canopy there, whatever they call it. Shelter. Those shelters actually work reasonably well. They're big enough. You just make sure you don't eat on the side where the rain's blowing in them. We've done it before. On a rainy day in weather. No, we check the weather reports out religiously. Sometimes you get things wrong. Pretty sure that's what happened at one particular day.
And sometimes they are so different. Like today, Weather Network said plus 21, 13 kilometer an hour wind with gusts 23 kilometer an hour.
Okay.
Which seemed pretty exact. So I thought, well, they're going to be right. Nope.
For once they were wrong. Environment Canada
got it right. So Environment Canada said plus 27
Got up to
with 20
26
kilometer wind gusting to 40.
I'm pretty sure it was right there. Might have maxed out at 35. And thank heavens, because it would have been almost unendurable. It would have been totally still, or 13 to 20 with the 27. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's been 13 to 20 clicks at wind and 21 high. And it was good. What do you want? So I like the Acts of the Apostles. The letters to various congregations on the part of Paul. Well, a lot of it is Paul's. He will say, this is more my opinion, but he says it's maybe better for you not to get married, but his end's coming anyway. But if you can't avoid the temptation, well, you know, that sort of stuff. Doesn't seem terribly concerned about kids because he figures the end's coming pretty well right away. It's of course all relative, but there is a passage somewhere. I think it's Jesus says, "Not all of you will pass away before," it's something like the end of the world comes. I think he blew that one because presumably he's talking to the audience that was right there in his presence, not to some future audience 2,000 years or so down the road. Christians it's fine by me if they come up with a different interpretation, but don't try to lay it on me, please. And whatever you do, don't kill for your beliefs. And some Christians are that way. They're not like most Protestant Christians are pretty pacific. Can't speak that way for Catholics over the course of about. Took a long time to civilize them. Still borderline. But let's say from 400 AD to, I guess, the end of the 30 Years' War. Is that 1648? And even now. I think it was in your lifetime, that kind of. Took Galileo off the index. Galileo maybe died.
Do you want this one instead?
No.
You sure?
I'm fine. I like these wooden clothes. But thanks for thinking of it.
Yep.
And thanks for telling me about the olive. I try to tell myself every time I sit down with olives, it's in the work. Sometimes I forget.
Will you be having any of the sushi or dip? Okay.
So the sushi,
put them away.
like the smoothie that I had out on the road, I drank too fast.
Will you have more
And
celery
it hurt
sticks or the Mexican thing?
I better not.
No? Okay.
I'm enjoying the salad.
Okay.
When I first saw it, I was nauseated by it, but that's just because I was nauseated.
But now it's so tasty that you like it.
I'm enjoying the salt particularly. But yeah, it's. How does it differ from a classic Greek salad?
Well, I made vegan feta.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah. Yeah, it works. I don't think there's as much salt in it as there is in regular feta. But if you've got olives there, you're going to get the salt in. It's a good, healthy meal.
All right. So what all of that you have there are you not eating?
Well, I think dessert I'm going to make. Oh, man. I'm going to have...
Popsters want carrots?
Cashew. Yeah, I think you're going to have to drive home and season up already. Back special.
All right. So yeah, I brought the donuts because I've noticed that a lot of people, their junk food picnics consist of Tim Hortons donuts. And honestly, I would way rather have this maple glazed donut flavor, 1 bar, than these donuts. I don't know how you feel about it.
I'm not sure. Have I had those bars so much? No, I haven't. I was going to have one today.
Do you want one of these chocolate bars? No? Okay. So yeah, you just go on and talk about the Bible still.
How much time? 5?
Yep.
Anyway, we've still got, I think we're on Hebrews now, and then there'll be Hebrews, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, Revelation.
Yay or nay on these?
Nay,
Okay.
I've got all I want right here,
Okay.
right now. And through with that. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for having that. That's kind of taking care of whatever salt I built up. Whatever that hasn't done, I think he's...
So none of these junk foods? Not this? Not this? Okay.
Anyway, we're working up to one of the high points of the New Testament. It's clipped up from standard prophecy, latter-day prophecy in the Old Testament, some of the minor prophets. I've got into, in a serious way, what seems like surreal type of imagery, very colorful. I try not to take it too seriously. It's one of the weaknesses of certain types of Christianity, where they want to make interpretations of the book of Revelation. Some of the silliest things you'd ever want to hear. You hear about the coming from Christians about the book of Revelation. But we haven't got to that yet. Got stuff to look forward to. Anyway, when it comes to the Bible, the Hebrew Scripture, the so-called New Testament, it's required reading. If you want to talk not just about Christianity, Judaism, or frankly Zionism. But it's required reading if you want to talk about any other major religion. You've got to, if you want to understand the major religions, or any religion, frankly, you better understand, have some sort of understanding of the major religion. All of them. How much time for that?
A minute.
Get on the stick if you want to flap your gums about religion in general, or any religion in particular, because you've got to do some
It's
general
liquid enough now if you want it.
Yeah, mango. It might work out. I think I'm going to have it in the car.
Okay.
Hydrating, to get hydrated. Getting transported would be like an ambulance trip. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll probably be ready tomorrow. Give you a review of the whole Bible, Revelation. 5 seconds?
Yep.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.